Hello everyone, welcome to my civil engineering YouTube channel. Please subscribe to it and hit the bell icon to get notified when I post my new videos. Today I'll be discussing to how to determine the slope and deflection for a cantilever beam when it is subjected to external moment at free end. So in my previous lecture series, I have taught you how to determine the slope and deflection for a cantilever beam when it is subjected to point load and uniformly distributed load. So whenever when a beam or any of the structural element when it is subjected to the external load, so then if at all if it is subjected to the external load, so then the internal forces will develop inside in the structure which causes the internal stresses. So this is the moment acting here instead of force. In this case moment is acting here, so moment is nothing but the twisting force. So moment is nothing but twisting force which causes torsion or bending. So these introduce the internal movements in the structure. So whereas in case of external force, if it is applied, the internal forces will occur inside the object which causes the internal stresses. So if at all if the external movement is applied, so it causes torsion or bending, which in turn introduces the internal movements in the structure. So therefore this is a basic difference between the externally applied load or force to that of the externally applied moment. So here coming on to this concept, so I have taken a cantilever beam. There are two sketches here. So I have taken a cantilever beam of PQ of length L. It is subjected to external moment of m of magnitude m on the free end side of the beam. So figure 2 represents the M by EI diagram for the beam when it is subjected to the external load. So here you can just observe the M by EI diagram. It is just a rectangle. So apart from the moment here, you can observe that there is no force here acting apart from the external moment. You forget about the self weight. So apart from the external moment, there is no force acting here. Since there is no force acting here anywhere in the span of the beam, the effect of the moment remains unchanged, or it remains the same throughout the beam. Hence there is a invariability in M by EI diagram. I just repeat it. I have considered a cantilever beam of PQ of length L and is subjected to the external movement of magnitude which is equal to magnitude equal to m on the free end side of the beam. So here in the figure 2 you can just observe the M by EI diagram. So here in case of M by EI diagram, it is the beam is only subject to the external movement here. So apart from this external movement, you can observe there is no force which is observed here apart from the external movement. So the effect of the moment remains same throughout the entire span of the beam. Therefore there is no variation in case of M by EI diagram, so it remains unchanged. So here as in case of moment, the external moment, it is applied towards the right hand side, that is the free end. So forget about the free end. You just in order to plot the M by EI diagram, you just consider whether it is right hand side or left hand side, whether it is clockwise or anti-clockwise. So you just take the take the consideration of right hand side. Since it is applied on your right hand side of the beam, the moment here is clockwise in nature, right? So the moment, external moment applied here is in clockwise nature. So since it is clockwise in nature, as per our sign convention, the clockwise movements, when it is from the right hand side to left hand side, the bending moment will be negative. Therefore m becomes minus m. So minus m by ei. So minus m by ei throughout the span. So coming on to the next concept, that is determination of slope. So again, the slope at the free end is equal to area of m by ei diagram. So here the area of m by ei diagram, it is just a rectangle here. So it is length into width here. So length here is L, and width or depth here is minus m by ei. So here L into minus m by ei. Therefore, theta will be equal to minus ml divided by ei. So minus ml divided by ei. So theta will be minus ml divided by ei. So the next thing is how to determine the deflection. So as I said, that the deflection is the product of area of m by ei diagram to the centroidal distance from the reference point. So here the reference point here is the free end itself. So if I just consider some point here, so from point Q to the centroidal point, let the distance is equal to x here. I repeat it. So Q is the reference point where I am supposed to calculate the deflection. Why I am supposed to calculate deflection at point Q? Because since Q is a free end, so deflection will be maximum in case of cantilever beam only at the free end itself. So therefore I have supposed to calculate the maximum deflection where it occurs. Therefore it is occurring at the free end. Therefore the reference point will be Q here. So Q, from Q, the distance to point of centroidal point is taken as L here, x here. So therefore the value of x will be L by 2, half of the span. So that is equal to L by 2, or it is also equal to 0.5 times of L. So therefore area of m by ei will be equal to length into that depth into the centroidal distance. So L into minus m by ei. So L into, this is the L value, L into minus m by ei into the x value. X is here 0.5 times of L, or it is also taken as L by 2. So therefore after simplifying this, y will be equal to minus L square divided by 2 ei. So it is equal to minus ml square divided by 2 ei. Therefore ml square divided by 2 ei, it is since it is in negative variation, it can be stated that it is in the downward direction. The deflection is in the downward direction. Thank you for watching.